Hey, welcome to another edition of Talk Business with Audrey. I'm on day number five. So, today is number 5 of my 100 video challenge to myself. And today I'm going to be talking about your ideal client or your avatar. So, yesterday I left off talking about who my ideal client was, and I gave her a name. Her name is Debbie. So, I don't know where I get the name Debbie from, but I just figured, I like the name Debbie, so it kind of stuck. So, when I was trying to figure out what I was really good at, who I should be talking to, I kind of step back and look at the people who would come to me for help. So a lot of times people come to me and they had great ideas. Some of them were already running businesses, but they were stuck. And I was really good at trying to help them get unstuck. And so we would have these long conversations about, what you was doing, what you wanted to do, where you were at that particular time, what you saw your business as like moving forward, things like that. And I remember having a consultation with the woman, and she has gone on to do some amazing things. We had a consultation. We met at a diner, and I consulted with her for probably about, the consultation is supposed to be for an hour, but I'm known to go over and give more because this is who I am. And so we must have spent about 2 hours together. And from that one consultation, she went on to write some books. She launched a conference for women. She's a professor by trade, but she was like one of those people who was like, I want to do something. I have a story to tell. I just don't know what to do and how to make it all work. She wasn't very tech savvy at the time, but she had this story she wanted to tell. So I walked her through the process of the things that I had done, and at that particular time, I must have been in business probably around. I've been in business now 20 years, so it might have been around year 13. I might have been around year 13. So I knew a little bit of something about a little bit of something as it pertains to entrepreneurship. And so what I did was I just walked her through the process, and what she really wanted to know was how to write a book. And so I walked her through my process. I told her all my failures, all my successes as being an author, a self-published author. And from that conversation, she went on to do her book and launch a conference and do an array of great things. So I helped her get unstuck. And I remember talking to who has now become a great friend of mine. She sings, and she has a beautiful song. And one of her songs was called I'm Transforming. Now, I love that song. And she wrote the song, she recorded the song. But when she came to me, she needed covers for the CD. She needed to help with marketing, some other stuff. And we sat down. We had plenty of consultations. So we were able to come up with a cover for her I'm Transforming CD. We came up with a cover for another CD that she had that was geared towards children. She's a speech language therapist by trade. She also loves Zumba. She went on to do some great things, and she's doing some marvelous things. So, just talking to people, she would always say to me, oh my God, you're so good at this. You're so good at this. And, I was doing some consulting, but I wasn't really kind of, focused on consulting because I had all these other things that I was doing. And so I just kept talking to people as they came to me. So they would set up consultations, and, I would talk to them, and they would do some books, or they would do some music, or whatever they do. And they kept doing it. So probably in the last 3 or 4 years, I launched my my personal site. That's a site separate from my HerTube Media site. So HerTube Media, for those of you who don't know, is a streaming TV network. And we also build smart TV apps for Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon Fire TV. So we build smart TV apps. That's my core business. But my passion is really over here talking to people and running my mouth, as you can tell from the video. Like, this is what I like to do. And I would run into people, and they would have questions about their business, and I would just I get so involved, and I'm a good listener. And I can say that because I know that I am. So I'm able to listen to what you're saying and take that and kind of ask you some really hard questions, and it just comes as second nature. I have another friend, and she said to me, she's an attorney now, and she's used to asking questions, but I would say to her, did you ask him such and such? She's like, nah, I ain't asked him that. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, I would. I'm in my mind thinking I would have asked him that, but she's not like that. Like, she doesn't want to. Her thing is she doesn't need to know the details unless she needs to know the details. Me, I shouldn't be asking so many questions all the time, especially when it's like sometimes I'm not even getting paid for it, but I ask questions. When I hear a problem, I ask questions. But she won't. She said to me, nah, I didn't ask him anything. And it was so funny because that has happened to us on several occasions where she's telling me something, and I said, well, did you ask such and such? She's like, nah, I didn't ask him that, but me, it's just a part of who I am. So I'm a good listener. I ask a lot of questions, and I know that a lot of time those questions get people to think. So what I did was probably about 3 years ago, almost 4 years now, I launched a consulting program called Pick My Brain. And it was for people to come on, schedule an appointment with me, for me to walk them through the whole process of helping them get unstuck. So what I did was I had to figure out who were the people that I was going to target. So I took a step back, and I created what's called my avatar, and I gave her a name. Her name is Debbie. Now, this is what Debbie looks like. So Debbie looks like she's between 40 and 55. She's a small business owner or an entrepreneur. She's ran a business before. She's running a business now, but she's stuck. She's overwhelmed. She's a little confused, feel a little scattered all over the place. Not really tech savvy, but knows how to get on Facebook and things like that, but not really understanding how to maneuver the internet the way she should to help her business grow. Has an idea about what she wants to do, but not really understanding how to get to the next level with that business. Debbie's also married. She does a lot of networking, but she's a little shy, so she doesn't close any business. So even though she's out there doing a whole lot of network, there's no money coming from that. There's no revenue coming from that. So she's kind of spinning her wheels. So I looked at that and I said, okay, that's the person I'm talking to. That's the person I'm marketing to. I'm marketing to Debbie. She needs my help. I need to be able to service her. I need to be able to help her get unstuck. I need to help her be able to create a clarity plan for what she's trying to do. I need to help her be able to take her business to the next level by finding out what she needs to get rid of. And I could say that I could speak to Debbie because I was Debbie. I was Debbie, feeling just all over the place, confused, because as an entrepreneur, we wear so many hats and we do so many things. And I'm one of those entrepreneurs who like to start stuff. Like nothing excites me more than starting a new venture. So I had to really hone that down and stop starting things, because that was one of my issues. My coach told me, nobody knows what you do. And my ego was a little big, and I'm like, yes, they do. They know what I do. They really didn't. They just knew that I had a company. They knew that I was on the radio. They knew that. But as far as what kind of service I provided, they didn't know that, because I did so many things. So when I had to hone it down and put it all together, make it make sense for me, I became and I was a consultant for a while at the University of New Jersey. But when I had to set up my private company, I had to say, okay, what am I doing? What am I good at? I'm good at listening to people. I'm good at problem solving. I'm good at making them see something in themselves that they normally don't see. I knew that because I had a lot of people who I had spoken to say to me, man, you're really good at that. I didn't even think about that. Oh, you make me feel so empowered. You make me feel so inspired, that type of thing. And then they would take off and do some things. I remember having a conversation with a gentleman who had seen my newspaper. This was a while ago. And he wanted to write a book. And I said, okay, well, I'll walk you through the process. Had been through the process. So listen, I co-authored my first book in 1998. That was way before books were on the internet and all that good stuff. So we did it the really hard way. We self-published. I even self-published under a pseudonym. So at the time, the book was called A Cookbook to Romance. And we were scared to put our names on the book because the book was a little bit sexy, I guess you could say. So we all used different names on the book. So at the time, my daughter was about 7. So I used her first name, Dominique Pierre. That was my name on the book as an author. There was Nikki Jordan and Amanda Rochelle. It was 3 of us. And that idea came out of a mastermind group. And that was our first book. We sat down one day. We used to mastermind every Sundays at 2:30. And it was 6 of us, but three of the ladies left after our mastermind session, and 3 of us stayed behind. And we were like, we need to do something to make some money. And we decided to write this book, and it was called A Cookbook to Romance. And we did that book, and we took it to Jacob Javits to Kwanzaa Expo that year. This was probably around September when we sat down and wrote the book. We got finished just in time for Kwanzaa to kick off, and we were working with two gentlemen. They were twin brothers who had a newspaper called Twin Vision, and they had a table at the Kwanzaa Expo in Jacob Javits Center in New York. And they couldn't man the table. We didn't have any money, but they had a table. We had some time, so we manned their table for them and passed out their newspapers, and we were able to sit there and sign our books and look like celebrities and all that good stuff. And I remember Dr. Bob Lee from WBLS came up and gave us a great shout out and talked to us on the radio and all that good stuff. So that was when we first wrote our first book. So I knew that I knew how to do that process. So when this gentleman came to me, he said to me, I want to write a book. We had one of these conversations. One of these consultation conversations where we sat down. I found out what he was trying to do, help him write the book. He got the book published, and he took the book, he went to Liberia and ran for president. So I was like, whoa, that was huge. So I've helped a lot of people over the years write books, and that's just a few of them. But when I started thinking about how do I take all that stuff and put it together, and who am I talking to, I came up with Debbie. So my question to you is, who's your ideal target? And what you want to do is you want to look at the problems that you've already solved. Who have you already helped? What have they said to you? What do they admire about you? You know, did they say, you know what, you're really good at cooking a cake? You know, now here's the thing. You have to like cooking a cake. Even though you're good at it, you need to like it. I'm good at certain things, but certain things I just don't like. Running my mouth, I like. So I'm making videos, I'm doing podcasts, I'm interviewing people. Those are the things I like. I'm doing consultations and things like that. Those are the things that I like. And so you have to look at what you like, you know, what you're passionate about, what you're good at, you know, and what you're going to stick to. Because you can be good at something, don't like it. You can like something and don't be good at it. You know, you can be chasing dollars, you won't stick to it. So you have to put all those things together. So when you think about all those things, that will help you identify who your ideal client is, who your avatar is, who's your Debbie. I know who my Debbie is, you know, and I talk to her occasionally, and she goes to my site. So I renamed my program to Mastermind Map, which is just the upper level of what I was offering under the Pick My Brain. And so, you know, now people go there and they look at my site and they reach out to me because they need consultation. They still need help, but it's a little bit more in depth because I've learned a little bit more over the past 7 years. So when I first started out, it was 13 years. Now over the past 7 years, I've learned a lot more, and so I'm able to share a lot more and provide better solutions to my clients. People tell me this all the time. Oh my God, you're such a wealth of information, because I like information. I'm one of those people who research everything, and I could be watching something on television and I'll go look it up, or I could have heard something that could help someone else. So I'll call them. Like just recently, probably about an hour ago, I was watching a show called Blue Collar Millionaires, and so I have a friend here. She owns an oil company. That's a big thing. Like she's a young black woman who actually owns an oil company. I'm talking about like gasoline oil, like that type of oil. She owns an oil company, and there was a company that did wholesaling, and I said, oh my God, I gotta call her and let her know about this company. But she had already heard about the company, and you know, she got some reviews about the owner of the company and everything. But that's me. Like I'm a researcher. I listen for things, and if I can help somebody do something, I do. And so and I love doing that. You know, I get a real high off of this type of stuff. I get a real high doing these videos. I get this really high off of doing my podcast. I'm interviewing these amazing people that I interview. You know, when I'm helping people solve their problems, I like that. So it's exciting for me. So, you know, when I decided to look for Debbie, I knew that I was looking for a woman that was in distress, a woman who was an entrepreneur, and she was really trying to make it work, and she was doing everything she thought she knew how to do, and she was like just stressed out and overwhelmed and just felt like she wasn't moving. I knew who I was looking for, you know, and she would show up. And so your avatar, your ideal client will show up once you know who they are and where they are. You know, I take these, if someone's ever looking for me, and you're looking for that client who's trying to get to the next $1 million or whatever it is, you can probably find me at Barnes & Noble, because that's where I spend my off time. I love Barnes & Noble, so that's why I spend my off time. So, you know, that's my spiel for today. I didn't think this one was going to be so long, but it is. I am on day number 5, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about Debbie. Now, I got to tell you, my next 95 videos is going to be Tim and Tammy. Who is Tim and Tammy? Well, they're my ideal clients for my Behind the Book TV business. So Behind the TV is a division of HerTube Media Network, and so I am launching this TV channel for authors on Roku called Behind the Book. And so I had to come up with a new avatar, a new ideal client for that launch. So their names are Tim and Tammy, and they are writers. They have written some books. They just love what they do. They really don't want to be bothered with the whole marketing part of it. They need some help getting more exposure for the book. They're not that tech savvy, and they're definitely not into media like I am. So I'm looking for Tim and Tammy who wants to be on Behind the Book TV. So now I have to go out there and find Tim and Tammy. So my next 95 videos is going to be about books and book marketing, probably streaming media and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's what it's going to be about. I got 95 more videos because I got 95 more days to do this 100 videos that I said I was going to do over the next 100 days. So that's what it's going to be about. And then I got another 100 day challenge after that one, but I'll tell you about that when I get to day number 99. Right when I'm about to finish the whole thing. So, hey, listen, thank you for taking the time to listen to this video, my day number 5. If I can be of any help to you, go to www.talkbusinesswithaudrey.biz, and I'll be happy to sit down with the consultation with you as well. Hey, mastermind Matt with me. We can work it out. So, listen, thanks again for listening to me. I love running my mouth, but I love sharing great information as well. And until tomorrow, which is next time, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.